I am ready to have more fun with my friends. It's gonna be a fun night. Probably. Probably. Welcome, Pokin. I'm glad you actually got to make it this time. Last year we learned how much of a fucking loser Keiichi is. Well, it is what it is. We'll get started soon. I'm gonna set an alarm for... yeah. 30 minutes from now. Ish. At 10 p.m. I'm gonna be RB. I've got a load of laundry in the washer. Anyway, to make sure that we get through the game, let's just get started. Now let's go. We had to cut off mid-chapter last time because I didn't want to continue on for too long. It was so funny. I don't remember what happened. Her mouth isn't moving. Whoa, Keiichi-kun seems happy? Why? How can this be? He's probably awoken to the joys of cross-dressing. Oh, I forgot. You've got him in that full maid dress, right? Ah, Keiichi-kun, your hairband is gonna fall off. Let me fix that for you. Rena cheerfully adjusted the hairband that had been enshrined upon my head. How does it feel, Kei-chan? Have you awoken to the pleasures of wearing girls' clothing in front of actual girls? Be honest now. It's alright. We won't laugh. You jerk. I'm gonna murder you! Swinging Mion's bag about wildly, I chased her in circles for a bit. This jacket is hot, I'm taking it off. Today's loser was quickly decided to be me. It's tough, buddy. When I had been assured of finishing last, Mion showed her true power. She began racking up points with an iron fist. In the end, we didn't even have to add up the score to know who was on top. After that, in the changing room, with much wailing and gnashing of teeth, pushing the boundaries of shame and brutality, I was instructed by Mion on how to put on everything from ribbons to underwear. I'm gonna murder you, he says. Okay, I get it. Damn you, Mion. What do you mean, knowing this will come in handy one day? It might, I don't know. How the bloody hell will a man knowing how to put on a garter belt be useful? Kei-chan, you're too loud. If you stay quiet, you might be able to pass this off as a rehearsal for a play. She's right. If you cause a scene here, they'll find out that you're wearing women's clothing right down to the unmentionables. The unmentionables. That's tough, buddy. I shuddered from head to toe, resisting the urge to scream. I can never wear my hair right with headphones. I gotta get some earbuds. Actually, Kei-chan, you have really smooth skin. Are you often told that it's easy to apply makeup on you? Saying that, Mion gently rubbed my cheek. What kind of man gets praised for being easy to apply makeup on them? How's it feel wearing a maid's hairband? It really finishes off the look. The hairband is the best part of a maid outfit, after all. What do you mean finishes off the look? Dumbass. Stop teasing me. Keiichi-kun is embarrassed. Cute. That's right. Men like things like garter belts, right? So how does it feel wearing one yourself? I don't really feel anything. Hey, stop it. Don't flip it up. It's tight, isn't it? Can you feel it rub against your skin as you walk? Back off. Stop. Don't whisper such strange things in my ear. My miserable manhood suddenly shifted. Eek. Miserable manhood. Okay, man. You're turning red, you're turning red. You finally realized it? That's right. Right now, Kei-chan is exactly the type of maid that every healthy male wants. What do you mean by that? Stopping me on. Really, why do you have to whisper that right in my ear? Have you ever just wanted to hold a maid close to you? What a way to open this stream. Kei-chan, you've currently become one with that maid. Don't you see? That's a distance far closer than mere touch can ever achieve. Get away from me! There, can't you hear that pulse? That breath? On the verge of overheating, a long red line flowed out of Rena's nose. They even put makeup on me. I thought I was just getting the outfit on, and that's already enough. Putting on makeup properly, making you wear a wig with the straight long hair you like so much. They got a wig on me? Kei-chan, I've made you into your ideal woman. And now you're gonna walk around town with me. You'll surely monopolize the eyes of all the men. That would definitely make you feel really good, wouldn't it? Get away from me! If only you didn't have this big thing dangling between your legs, you'd be a real girl. Whoa! Back off. Saying that, she tried to flip my skirt. This is definitely not the time. Can't let them see me with this male-centric problem. Before I realized that Rena was caressing my head and rubbing me with her cheek. Keiichi-kun, when you were fidgeting like that, you were super cute. I'm gonna take you home. Get away. Peering through Rena's vice-like embrace, I saw Mion laying spread eagle on her back. I see. This must be what Satoko and Rika-chan feel like when they become Rena's prey. After that, it took quite some time to calm Rena down from her frenzy. Later, Kei-chan. Today was super enjoyable. You will rue this day, Mion. This disgrace shall be returned tenfold. I'll achieve an overwhelming victory, then condemn you to a public shaming. Only if you can beat me. I look forward to seeing you try. Mion tossed me my clothes, and looking in as good a mood as I've ever seen her, left. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, now. Now that I've been released by Mion, I can't waste even a second running home. By the way, Rena isn't as good as Michan. So if we happen to bump into anybody, I won't be able to follow up for you, okay? Joyous. Soon after that, I went to a full-out dash. Pretty sure I was running the 100-meter in about 6 seconds there. Well then, Keiichi-kun. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. The fact that I didn't bump into anybody I knew was probably divine favor for my constant good behavior. It's been going my way today. At that moment, the front door opened as if somebody was waiting for me. Oh, Keiichi. Oh, Keiichi. So you're home. I was just about to go for a walk. I was dumbstruck by how slow my father was to react. A normal person would have realized the peculiar scene before them around. Oh, Keiichi. Dad. This is, you know that club I'm always talking about? This is one of the penalty games we do there. It just so happened that I lost today. My dad placed his hand on my shoulder. It was an oddly moist and uncomfortably warm hand. Keiichi. Let's have a little talk in my studio. We'll keep it a secret from Mom, of course. No, Dad, let go. There's a show I want to watch right now. Mion, you shall rue this day. His artistic flame raging like wildfire, my dad dragged me along and disappeared into the depths of the studio. Is he gonna draw me? Oh no. Cemented into eternity. Keiichi, are you home? Oh, you're in the bath. Is that makeup remover? More importantly, what's the matter? Sorry. I have a headache and I don't think I can make dinner tonight. I'm terribly sorry, but can you go out to eat with your dad? My mom is a go-get-em superwoman at work, but it occasionally takes a toll on her health. So this kind of situation is hardly a rarity. That's fine, but what will you eat? If it's just for myself, I can probably find a way to scrounge something together. Take care. Keiichi. We'll take the car, so hurry up. Dad quickly got the car ready. He must be hungry. He really only moves so energetically when it's time to eat. Sorry to keep you waiting. So where are we going to eat? I recently found a nice store. Let's go there. My dad usually only complains about things. For him to actually praise something is unexpected. I wonder what kind of place it is that he'd rank at 3 stars. As one who seeks the way of the gourmand, Keiichi Maibara, I'm genuinely intrigued. The headlights of the car cut through the early darkness of the Hinamizawa night, carving a straight path toward town. Hey, this is the place where the tragedy occurred. I was pondering where such a gem of a restaurant could be hidden away. It was shockingly the familiar restaurant right by the station. Dad, that great restaurant you were talking about was this? The words Angel Mort were written on a very family restaurant-esque cartoonish logo. What tragedy? Okay. It had the air of a girl-oriented all-you-can-eat cake buffet rather than a proper restaurant. Never been inside, Keiichi? Come to think of it, I hadn't. There's been some times where I've traveled to faraway towns to eat, but returning only as far as Okinomiya Station, there was really no reason to dine out. Home was just a stone's throw away, after all. I see. That was the reason I never noticed it before. We stopped the car in the restaurant's parking lot. It seemed like business is booming. There's quite a few cars parked here. But what really amazes me are the license plates. There's a lot of them that can't be from this area. Fukuyama, Nagoya, well, that's fine. Chiba? Saitama? Opening up my mental geography book, I calculated how long it would have taken to get here via the major highways. Keiichi, it seems you finally realized how amazing this restaurant is. What's the meaning of this? How can so many people travel from so far away just to come to this restaurant? Following my dad, I climbed the steps and entered the building. Hey, this is the place that we saw them hanging out in the, like, after Chapter 1 thing. The bell attached to the door clattered as we entered, and a waitress soon greeted us. After confirming our party size and whether we wanted a smoking or non-smoking seat, she guided us inside. Dad ordered 2 of the daily specials. It seemed they were ready-made, so there wasn't much of a wait at all until our meals were brought to us. The taste was, no offense to Dad, not so different from your run-of-the-mill family restaurant. We were just talking about the taste. Seems like the normal family restaurant fare. Who gives a damn about the taste, Keiichi? See? Isn't it great? I see. It just may be that the food here might be nothing more than average. The demographic of the customers was pretty much all young men. It may call itself a family restaurant, but there wasn't a single table with a family. And yet it was packed. The parking lot was filled with cars from all corners of the country. If they didn't come from far and wide to eat this completely mediocre food, then there's only one other reason. Dad flagged down a nearby waitress. Excuse me, the dessert that comes with the meal still hasn't come yet. Do I know you? Hey, wait a minute. Do I know you? I know her. You don't look like... You look like Mion, but you don't. Oh, I'm sorry. The dessert that comes with daily combo A. What the devil? I've been waiting for quite a while. So you look like Mion, but you're just named waitress. Oh, it's my apologies. I'll bring it right away. The apparently rookie waitress rushed off, flustered. Dad. Could it be this restaurant is... Aren't they great? The waitress's uniforms here, I mean. I'm telling Mom. Bam. What are you doing, Keiichi? My own father never hit me. I'm your son. Listen, Keiichi, I've never come here with impure intentions. That bell and attire and eccentric clothing. Quelle effet. It is my artistic muse. I wanted you to feel that. Even you must have yearned for this stimulation. Haven't you? I'm telling Mom. Coming here alone, though, is a bit embarrassing. You understand. That's why I dragged you here. Just blame me. Even if you must condemn me, I wanted you to know this feeling, Keiichi. I need to take a leak. My father has always had a bad habit of trying to hide his embarrassment using incomprehensible nonsense as a smokescreen. I want to believe that this weirdness won't be genetic. Continuing his one-sided rambling, my father stood up and headed to the washroom. With him gone, I was left alone in the booth. Finally, at this time, a feeling of embarrassment welled up inside me. I had nothing to do but go beet red with shame. The waitress from before returned, her eyes alternating between the order slip and the table. Arriving at my seat, she hesitantly tried to say something. A more veteran waitress offered some advice from over her shoulder. Just calm down and say sorry for the wait. I'm terribly sorry for the wait. Right, just like that. Do your best. Whispering that into her ear, the veteran waitress left. This waitress must have just been hired. With an absolute lack of confidence, she moved hesitantly and maybe even somewhat carelessly. Just watching her put me on edge. I silently watched as she placed the dessert on the table with an inexperienced hand. But it's just as Dad said. What incredible uniforms these are. Okay, bro. They were like a bunny girl plus a maid plus some sort of frilly outfit, all in a perfect ratio. Most certainly a rather dubiously charming kind of fashion. In any case, she in no way appeared to be a proper waitress. What should I do? I was catching glimpses of too many things. That is, I don't know where I should look. Wearing something like that walking around the restaurant, it's as bad as it can be for digestion. Uh-huh. Even though she was wearing the outfit, this particular waitress had no idea what to do either. This flustered state, without a doubt, should be attributed to the amount of bare skin showing rather than being new to the job. Both the waitress and I mutually avoided eye contact. What a platonically embarrassing feeling this is. I'm a customer, you know. It's alright to be more straightforward. My nose is starting to bleed. Okay, bro. At that moment, our eyes just happened to meet. Both of us blinked, doubting who we were looking at. What? This is... Mion, is that you? On top of her hair being let down, she was so far removed from her usual confidence-filled attitude, I didn't realize it was her at all. It was Mion. Why is she here? Isn't she like 14? What is she doing here? You... Why are you working at a place like this? I'm helping out at my uncle's store. Come to think of it, I did hear her talk about how her relatives have stores in town, and she sometimes works part-time to help them. Oh. That must be a lot of work. The nervous feeling I had dissipated in an instant. Knowing that this was Mion, there's no reason to feel that way. Oh, there's my timer. I get to BRB. Oh, I changed the music by accident. Weird. You have a lot of options for music. Anyway, I'm gonna BRB. Okay, I did my laundry. I'm back. Why is Mion here? Why is she working here? What kind of uncle is having her do this kind of work? I think we ought to have a word with him. Anyway. Back to the game, I suppose. Well, actually, my animal instinct tells me that the power balance between Mion and myself has been turned upside down. That's right, I'm a customer. My position is superior to hers. The humiliation from today's penalty game is cutting through the recesses of my mind. There really is a god. For him to grant me this opportunity for revenge. Noticing the flames of vengeance burning in my eyes, Mion took a step back. But, seeing it like this type of clothing suits you very nicely, doesn't it? It's embarrassing, so don't look so much. I confirm my preemptive strike was a clean hit. There's no mistaking that Mion is currently defenseless. While confirming my attack was successful, I simultaneously lined up the combo. I'm not reading that. Don't say that. Don't play coy with me. I know that you enjoy drawing other male attention with that embarrassing getup. I mean, if you didn't, there's no way you dress up like that. Okay, Keiichi. You can stop now. Can we get out of here? I don't want to be here. It's not like I'm doing this because I like to. Is this alright, Keiichi Maibara? No! Get out of here! This is weird. Aren't you taking this a little too far? Even if it's payback for the humiliation during the day, isn't this too much? Hey, shut up, Logic. To pay back Mion tenfold is a chance you'll hardly ever get. What is happening? Wearing this kind of getup, your mother must be disappointed. That part where you can almost just see something's the best. Come closer. Okay, now you're going way too far, man. I think we gotta kill Keiichi Maibara. Please stop. You still lack the spirit of service towards your customers. Please forgive me. I want to take you home. No, not that. Entering a version of Ren's cube mode, blood spewing from my nose like a waterfall. I was going until I had no regrets. I was going to complete this verbal humiliation plan. I mean, revenge for today's events. I gotta kill him. I think we have to kill him. Yep, I'll spare you for the rest of today. It seems that Mion's neural circuits are completely shorted from the embarrassment. I tabbed out of the game. Oops. I might have teased her a little too much, or so I thought. Such a meek Mion is something you hardly ever see, so this was good for now. Leaving aside what exactly was good. I never knew. To think that the high and mighty Mion would have a hard time being a waitress. That's wrong. This is such a surprising side of you. I want to show this to the Mion from this afternoon. Actually, I want to show Rena and the others. Rena will definitely flip out with joy. Think she'll say she wants to work here? That's wrong. I could never imagine in my wildest dreams that such a cute outfit would suit you, Mion. I'm saying that's wrong. While turning bright red, Mion finally spit out the words that were lodged in her throat. What do you mean, that's wrong? I'm not Mion. What? I was taken aback at Mion's confusing words. You're not Mion. Who are you? You're Mion Sonozaki, right? I'm sorry. I should have said this earlier, but... My name is Shion Sonozaki. Okay. Mion is my older sister. Older?! How old are you? Wearing this? Working at a place like this? Yo! Creator, this game's going to hell, dude. My eyes unconsciously widen with surprise from this brazenly crazy talk. Mion, probably thinking there was no way such a far-fetched excuse would work, turned bright red while fidgeting nervously. Shion? Shion? Shion Sonozaki. Yes. I'm often mistaken for my sister. But when we met, you had the kind of response that you wouldn't make if we were meeting for the first time. And that's because my sister is always talking about you, so I knew who you were. A little bit of cringeworthy excuse, that is. But when I looked at Mion's eyes, which begged me to believe her, the urge to tease completely subsided. To us, Mion had to be a leader who was normally overflowing with confidence, a guiding force. If I were to lash out at that Mion, I would have ruined something I shouldn't have. That was something I would never wish for. So I understand. This foolishness here is something very different from the everyday Mion. That's why she's Shion. I see. In that case, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh no, as long as you understand. My sister has a lot of enemies, you see. Well, now she's self-aware of that fact now, is she? As I unintentionally laughed aloud, Shion, laughed with me. Shion, is this your first time being a waitress? Doesn't seem like you're used to it. Creator, this game's going to hell. Actually, today is, Kei-chan's my first customer. That's great. Can I leave? Where's my dad at? A little flustered after saying that, she quickly asked if it was okay for her to refer to me the same way her sister did. Seeing that blatant quirk was so cute, I couldn't stop laughing. So you said you've worked part-time at your uncle's store before? I thought you would have been more used to it. Oh, I have other relatives that run shops. I don't know. I'll make sure it goes to heaven. You defending Epstein Jr., bro? That's why this is the first time I'm helping the uncle that owns this place. I see, makes sense. And it would be tentative doing a job they weren't used to. Does Mion ever help out at the store? Oh, my sister is, you see... She's not good with these cutesy things. I know what she's trying to say. That's right. Mion is more suited for cool things. So I think having you help out here was the right choice. Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me. That uniform, it would never suit somebody like Mion. But for Shion, I think it works. Huh? You mean that, Shion, like Rena often does, spaced out and turned bright red. What is happening? What does that mean, exactly? At least for this moment, it felt like the Shion character actually existed. Because there was no way that the Mion I knew had this side of her. At that moment, we realized that the more veteran waitress was waving at us from across the room. Sonozaki-san, you can take your break now. Oh, okay. Mion finally returned to her senses. It seemed as if it was time for her to take her break. Well then, I'll take my leave. It was fun talking to the infamous Kei-chan. Sorry for mistaking you for Mion and teasing you. Please tell Mion that I'll have my revenge one day. Ah, the thing where you were forced to dress as a maid and walk around outside, right? A devilish laugh and smile, it was exactly the same as the one I knew. That's right. Tell her that I'll return the favor for the total humiliation I suffered. More importantly, I'm going to complain to my sister about the teasing I had to endure today. My sister will have my revenge during your club activities. Bring it on, I'll get her before she gets me. Mion laughed with a warm smile, devoid of any remaining nervousness, and disappeared into the back. I felt like I had a very valuable experience today. That's right. For now, I know the high and mighty Mion has a weak point to panic and gets embarrassed about. But of all things, for her to say she has a twin sister. I thought that maybe I should ask Rena tomorrow if she really has a sister. But maybe it's better that I didn't ask. It's a bit mean-spirited. I've decided that the person I met here today was Shion, the younger twin sister. So I'll refrain from doing anything that would deny that. It's not that we actually made a promise or anything, but that little exchange gave birth to a new rule between me and Mion. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was my dad. It was a long trip to the washroom. He probably came up with a new idea for an art piece when he was sitting on the can. Keiichi, you about ready? Let's go home. This two barely ate. He was in the shitter the whole time. Settling the bill, my father had his customer card stamped. It was pretty much filled. Damn, Dad, you're quite the regular customer. Was that new waitress just now somebody you knew, Keiichi? Oh, so you were watching from the shadows. Dad has the oddest sense of tact sometimes. Somebody from school? Hinamizawa? Yeah, she's a little sister of my friend Mion. Her school isn't in Hinamizawa, so she must go to one in town. I've never seen her at my school. So not all the kids in Hinamizawa go to the same school? Only about half. The other half go all the way into town on their bikes. In this way, the feeling that I was really talking to Shion came to me. What should I say to Mion tomorrow? I met your little sister. Something like that. Even with Mion being like that, us having a secret between the two of us made me feel both a little happy and a little embarrassed. Well, that was awesome. I don't want to remember that scene ever again. What they got Mion in there for? Oh, I really want to learn more about Angel Mort, bro. Me Shion. View new tips. What a night. What a night indeed. The best characters in the game. Holy shit. Yeah! Huh? Mion-san's family?
ああ、もっと平たく言えば、あいつに兄弟とかいないのかなって思ってさ。
Yeah. More broadly, I was just wondering if she had any brothers or anything. I was actually wondering whether her younger twin sister named Shion really existed. My curiosity got the better of me, so I quietly asked Satoko about it.
どうなんでございましょうね。
I wonder.
いるやらいないやら。
She might not. She wasn't being very clear about it. Has Satoko never gone over to Mion's house to play?
その反応からすると、会ったことがないみたいだな。
From your reaction, I guess you've never met any.
ええ、おばあさん以外にはありませんですわ。
Yes, I've never seen any of her relatives except for her grandmother. As far as I could tell, there were already dark clouds over the Shion is real theory.
そういうのは理科が詳しいですわよ。理科に聞いてごらんなさいですわ。
Rika would know more than I. You should do well to ask her. What up, Rika? Satoko waved to Rika-chan, who was basking in the sunlight. Show me the funny. My favorite.
理科、ミオンさんのご家族のことをご存知ですの？
Rika, do you know anything about Mion-san's family? Rika-chan was surprised at the sudden question.
ミーには家族や親戚がいっぱいいますですから、全部はなかなかわからないのですよ。
Me has a big family, so I don't really know everything about them.
そんなにたくさんいるのか。
Not many, huh?
例えばさ、
For example,
園崎シオンってやつはいるのか？
is there someone named Shion Sonozaki?
その聞き間違いかもしれないから、ひょっとすると実在しないかもしれないんだけど。
Well, I might have heard wrong, so she might not actually exist, but...
C ですか？ C はいますですよ。
You mean she? Shion exists. Huh? That was unexpected. So she was real.
よく似た名前ですのね。
Their names are quite similar, you know.
間違えて舌を噛んじゃいそうですわ。
I could get tongue-tied trying to tell the difference.
ミーの双子の妹さんだと聞いたことがありますですが、あまり会ったことはないのです。
I've heard she's Mi's younger twin sister, but I haven't met her too many times. Rika-chan knew a bit about her as well, but hadn't seen her much.
何年か前に法事の集まりがあった時に会ったような気がしますですよ。
I think I met her once at a funeral a few years ago.
このクラスにいないってことは、学校は沖宮の方に通っているってわけかな。
She's not in this class, so maybe she goes to school in Okinomiya.
お家も沖宮なのかもしれませんわよ。だってミョンさん自身家族とは別でおばあさんと暮らしてるわけですから。
She may live there too. Mion-san herself lives apart from her family with their grandmother, after all. She didn't live with her parents? That was a bit odd. Was there something between them?
とてもややこしいお家なのです。
It's a very complicated family. You don't say.
親類の数が多いらしいですから、きっといろいろと都合があるに違いないのですわ。
She seems to have many relatives. There are doubtless many different circumstances. For now, I learned that she had a younger twin sister named Shion, but her family structure, including her own position, still seemed very mysterious.
お、3人揃って何の話だい？おじさんも混ぜてよ。
Oh, what are the three of you talking about? Let this old man in on it.
あら、ミオンさんいいところへ。ミオンさんに双子の妹さんがいるってのは本当でございますの？
Oh, Mion-san, you've come at a good time. Might it be true that you have a younger twin sister? Ah, Mion, crap.
妹？
A younger sister?
いるよ。
Well, yeah, I do. Mion grew uncharacteristically red in the face at a loss. I think she's looking at me.
あら、それは知らなかったですわ。
There's a hair in my face. Ah. Oh my, I had no idea.
どんな方なのかしら。
What kind of person might she be?
ぜひ一度お顔を見てみたいですわね。
I would very much like to meet her sometime.
会わない方がいいよ。全然可愛くないし。
You shouldn't bother. She's not cute at all.
生意気だし。
She's really conceited.
たまに電話で話すくらいで、私もしばらく会ってないし。
Besides, other than talking to her on the phone once in a while, I haven't seen her for a long time either. Why did it look like she was in such a panic? It's like she was declaring that the Shion from yesterday was actually a fake. Anyway, this was pretty funny, so I let it go for a little while longer. Another Mion under the name of Shion. Will I be able to see her if I go to that restaurant again? I had a mysterious feeling, as if I'd made a new friend despite knowing that she and Mion were the same person. Is Shion real? We may never know. Riga said she's real. Or Riga just could be covering for Mion. Reprinted from the Victorious War Photographer's Guide, April issue. Complete Conquest Analysis. Family Restaurant Chapter. Okay. Now at last we come to the blazing hot third day. To Angel Mort, a super famous restaurant and the envy of all enthusiasts, despite being located in the remote Shishiboni city of XX Prefecture. Why exactly do the most famous stores avoid the centers of human habitation? It can only be because it is a trial given to us by the god of war photography. It's famous locally for having the best dessert in town, but that matters not to us. If you want expensive dessert, then you can just go to a censored place or something. We am not for sweet treats, but for sweet uniforms. The fragrant aroma of sweet wafts from these obligatory waitress uniforms, creating no less than a public torture device. How can their bashful flirtation be on par with all the other restaurants with key uniforms all across the country? War photographer Hunter. Away! Okay. Smoking areas are the real superpositions? Aim for your chance at them with the tenacity of an octopus. Ryu. Yesterday I failed to get seating. Today I will aim for the ultimate golden seat, corner box in the smoking area. Otaku are overwhelmingly non-smokers, so procure a spot in the smoking area and set up camp there. As expected of Ryu the Hunter. He sang his victory was decided the moment he chose his seat. In actuality, Ryu used the same tactic during the grand opening Akihabara's and succeeded in getting the best seats in the house. Back then, he also went early in the afternoon, just after the lunch rush, and not only did he find his target seat empty, he also obtained it with ease. By utilizing tricks such as ordering a little at a time, he effectively increased the number of opportunities for engagement, carefully scoping out his chance for a picture. But, as if cursed by that from the day before, the god of war photography did not smile upon him. After suffering successive firm defeats until 3 p.m., he finds no chances coming his way. And after 4 p.m. a man began to take his orders. It looks as though he's been seen through. It is the rule of a hunter to withdraw with grace once marked. My aim was perfect, but the fork technique I used at 2:30 seemed to have backfired. Maybe they were aware since I sat in a booth and left my bag on the floor. Perhaps the hidden camera and a bag trick is already old hat. There were 2-digit EGs involved for sticking here half the day. I'd have a high encounter rate. I am mortified. Even so, he still got a few pieces of gold, as to be expected from the hunter. He attained this nice angle despite lamenting his failure. He's an artisan. More surprising, though, is that this uniform conquest across Japan has yielded not a single arrested person. What an amazing start for the hunter who brags about having been to approximately half of the total prefectural police stations in the county, or country. That thing the day before. The day before, our hunter took on the Shrine Maiden cuisine, XX in Nagoya. His hunter spirit showed through too zealously, and as soon as he entered the store, he was seen through, placed in a booth, and waited on by the head priest. Despite waiting half a day, the much-anticipated Shrine Maidens appeared only at the time of his first order. A seriously huge blunder for a hunter. Get these freaks out of here! Now then, here we have the giveaway of the hunter's original photographs that always receive such high praise. We present one passionate reader with 3 all-you-can-eat low-angle pictures of the Angel Moore uniforms chosen by the hunter himself. We gotta kill these people. With such blazing hot pictures, you too can become a war photographer today. I don't want to. Get out of here, you freaks. I don't want to see Angel Mort ever again. This is Epstein's favorite video game. Let's save while we're at it. Already an hour into the stream? God damn. Listen up, everybody. You don't take cooking seriously, somebody's gonna get hurt. This is part of your education as well, so don't fool around and do it seriously. Lazy, yeah, walked her through the class in response. Half the school today was going to be home economics class. The plan was for everybody to make curry rice and give it to the forest rangers who let this building be rented out as a school. If everybody were making curry in the same pot, it would have been more of a party-like atmosphere, but this was school after all. Excluding the youngest students, each one of us would be making our own curry, with the results being judged. Alright, everybody. It may be that nowadays curry is an easy meal anybody can make, but it has its roots in traditional Indian cuisine. Even though we've altered it a bit in the Japanese style, it is still instilled with the knowledge and culture of ancient India. Absolutely do not neglect that fact. These are middle schoolers, they're not gonna care. I'll have words with anybody who doesn't take this seriously, so be prepared for that. That seemed like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry. Oh, whatever. It's rumored that Chi-sensei has devoted her life to curry. She'll probably be a pretty strict judge. As long as you're not failing, your grade in home ec doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all. I wouldn't say that if I were you. The teacher's a tyrant when it comes to curry. What the heck does that even mean? A curry tyrant? Never heard of that before. You see, our normally mild-mannered teacher, for some unfathomable reason, is a stickler for curry. Unyieldingly so. Yeah. It said that every year she goes on a journey to India to research mythical curry. This is just a rumor, but it seems that she eats curry rice 3 meals a day, and if she occasionally has something else, it always has to be curry flavored. That's not unyielding, that's unnatural. Part of an evil cult or something? Besides, doesn't curry top the list when it comes to junk food? Curry 3 times a day is just weird nutritionally speaking and... Oh. Embedded into the table right by my fingertips, a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula hummed gently as they still quivered. The teacher, while still mixing her own pot, was looking this way smiling. If you say anything more, you'll be sleeping with the fishes. Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire.
Hey.
Yeah. Just be serious and make your curry properly and everything's good, alright? I don't think it's gonna be that easy today. Look, Mii-chan is... It's written all over her face. If the playing field is even and we're being judged, there's no way this won't turn into a competition. It looks like we're all on the same page. It's a cooking contest! I knew it. There's no way Mion would leave such an enticing event alone.
勝敗はどうするでございますの？
How should we determine the victor?
先生の採点で決めますの？
By how the teacher judges it? As if saying, but wait, there's more. The teacher reappeared with the principal in tow.
今日は営林署の皆さんへの感謝のイベントですから、先生だけでなく採点はみんなで行いますよ。
The purpose of today's event is to show appreciation for the people at the forestry service, so they'll be judging the results with me.
わしと先生と、それから営林署の方5人で採点する。
Yep, your teacher and I, as well as 5 people from the forestry service, will be judging your cooking.
各自健闘を祈るぞ。
Good luck to everyone. I love the principal. Even the principal? Looking around, it seemed like the interest of everybody in the class had been piqued.
そういうわけ。
So that's what's happening.
のんびりしたカレーパーティーなんかには終わらせないよ。
This isn't gonna be just some casual curry cook-off.
レナ、カレーは得意だよ。
Rena's good at making curry.
今日は負けないよ。
I'm not gonna lose today.
私の学年は班で作りますから、リカと一緒なのですわよ。
My grade is cooking in a group, so I'm together with Rika.
汚ね。
That's unfair.
リカちゃんは確かかなりの料理上手じゃ。
Pretty sure that Rika's good at cooking.
僕のカレーで美味しくって体がどうにかなっちゃうのです。
My curry is so tasty it'll send shivers down your spine. What about Mion? Doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Her type has always been bad at this kind of thing. But Mion continued to look unconcerned.
ケイちゃんが今思ってることを当ててあげるよ。
I'll tell you what Kei-chan is thinking right now.
ミオンはきっと料理が下手に違いない。でしょう。
Mion is definitely bad at cooking. Am I right? I don't like the way she said that. It couldn't be. Mion couldn't possibly. At that moment, the teacher's whistle sounded.
では皆さん、いいですか？
Alright, everybody, are you ready?
刃物には十分に気をつけてくださいね。
Be very careful with the knives.
はじめ！
Start! A call to arms had been sounded. Oh boy. We had to use an outdoor kit to cook the rice, but it wasn't that difficult for a camping veteran like me. Put the rice into the canister, push your palm to the bottom, and fill it with water to just above the wrist.
本当にそんな水加減でいいんですね。
Are you alright with only that much water?
もっと入れないといけないそうですのよ。
Don't put in more, it could be bad. You filthy liar. If I put in any more, I'd just be left with some half-cooked porridge.
さとこ、それが罠のつもりなら残念だったな。
Satoko, if that's meant to be a trick, it won't work.
俺は慣れてるぞ、飯盒炊飯は。
I'm used to cooking rice with these utensils.
はじめちょろちょろ中パッパ。
First it starts to bubble, then the steam starts to puff.
赤子泣いても蓋取るな。
Don't take off the lid, no matter what.
ケイチくんすごいね。
Keiichi-kun, you're amazing.
ちょっと意外。
This is a little unexpected.
サマーキャンプで習ったのかな。
Did you learn this at summer camp?
親父がデイキャンプが好きでさ。
My dad really likes to go camping, see.
夏場なんかにはよく家族で出かけるんだよ。
Whenever summer comes around, our family goes a lot.
ってことは、全員ご飯の炊き方は問題なし。
So this means everybody's good at cooking the
つ
rice.
まり、勝負の分かれ目はカレーの方ってことになるね。
In other words, the critical part of this challenge will be the curry.
カレーこそリカの独壇場ですのよ。
Curry is Riga's specialty.
皆さんなんかコテンパンですわ。
We'll cream you all.
リカのってとこが泣けるぞ。
You lost me at
お
Rika's.
前も何か料理を手伝えよ。
Why don't you help with the cooking too?
ひょっとすると、さとこちゃんは何もお手伝いをしないのが一番のお手伝いなのかもね。
Maybe Satoko-chan is helping the most by doing nothing at all.
勝負は勝てば官軍でございますわよ。
The ends justify the means. I just have to win. Haha, she can't cook. That was a pretty malicious comment for Rena. And Satoko took it hook, line, and sinker. Rena could only apologize between fits of laughter while Satoko chased her around.
じゃあ、早速カレーの方に行こうかね。
Well, now, should we move on to the curry?
ここからが勝負どころだよ。
For now, the battle truly begins. After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasped the knife.
今日のカレーはどんな味？
What will today's curry taste like? As Rena hummed along, her very well-practiced hands wielded her knife. The rhythmical sound of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to kind images of days long past. Simply put, it was perfect. It was so common practice, I seriously don't stand a chance. I looked over at Satoko and Rika-chan. Satoko was in charge of washing the vegetables, while Rika-chan was in charge of peeling them. That's what I heard being discussed, but Rika-chan's knife skills are something else as well. She was happily rotating the potato and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peel spanned the entire potato. What was that called again? Katsuramuki? I've heard that peeling a vegetable in one loop around like that is highly regarded technique. I should just tie my hair back. She picked up the peel from the sink and carved a pair of eyes to it with her knife.
ヘビさんなのですよ。ガオー。
It's a snake. Roar! Saying that, she placed the longer peeled potato skin on top of her head of a boy from her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it comes to Rika-chan and cooking, I couldn't even hold a candle to her. But, roar? Do snakes make that sound? I don't think so. But oh well. Alright then, how's Mion doing? She's definitely just fumbling along. There's no way she can peel potatoes so effortlessly like that. Absolutely no way.
そんなわけあるか。
This can't be.
絶対嘘だ。
You gotta be kidding me.
トリックだ。SFX だ。
This is a trick. She's using special effects.
ワイヤーとか使ってるに違いない。
Where's the wire? She's definitely using a wire.
ほれビローン
Here, take a look-see. As if she'd already won, Mion proudly showed me the elongated potato skin.
ケイチは知らないですか？
You didn't know, Keiichi?
ミーはおばあちゃんにお料理とかも教えてもらってるですよ。
Mi was taught how to cook by her grandma.
料理だけじゃないよ。
Not just cooking.
裁縫からお花におこと重機から無線機ヘリの操縦まで
the
何で
devil?
もできるんだからね。
From sewing to flower arrangement to playing the koto, from marksmanship to radio operation. Even helicopter piloting is but one of the myriad things she can do. Strangely enough, the latter items are more realistic. It was the first few items on the list that seemed like a lie.
本当はすっごくお料理上手なんだよ。
She's actually really good at cooking.
面倒くさがって全然作らないけどね。
It's just such a hassle that she never does it, though. Damn it. I'm also really good at cooking. Especially Chinese food.
ケイチ、お湯を沸かして注ぐのは料理に入りませんです。
Keiichi, boiling something and pouring it into a bowl doesn't count as cooking. Shot down before I could even say it.
ざまあないですわね。
Too bad for you.
今日はケイチさんの一人負け確定ですわよ。
Today, Keiichi-san shall be assuredly languishing in defeat all alone.
てめえだって料理できないだろうが。
Tough words from somebody who can't even cook by herself.
リカかわいそかわいそです。
There, there.
僕がケイチをコテンパンにしてあげますです。
I'll destroy Keiichi for you. Ah, this does not look good. Everybody's smirking at me. You saying your ass can't cook? Oh well. Don't raise the white flag yet, Keiichi Maibara. Don't throw away this match. Calm down and think. Not about how to peel these potatoes well, but about how to win this challenge.
ここはギャラリーが多い。
There's too many people watching.
俺、他の流しで仕事するから。
I'm gonna work at another sink. Saying only that, I gathered up all the vegetables and left that spot behind.
ケイチくん大丈夫かな？
Will Keiichi-kun be alright?
包丁で指とか切らないか心配。
I'm worried he might cut himself with his knife.
さてケイちゃんのお手並み拝見だね。
Let's see what Kei-chan's doing. No matter how hard I try peeling these, if I slip up at this speed, I'll lop my fingers right off. And there's only one thing left to do.
富田君、岡村君、
My boys?
お、君たちは4人でグループか。
Tomoto-kun, Okumura-kun. Oh, you guys were in a group of 4, huh? There's the two underclassmen that have become my sworn brothers ever since the event at that toy store last Sunday. They've been paired with 2 girls for their group.
はい。
Yep,
女子2人が料理とか得意なんで。
but the girls are pretty good at cooking.
俺らは遊んでるだけで OK です。
So both of us can just mess around and we'll be okay. Both of them pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rena, but they were both good enough at handling a knife.
担当直入に言おう。
I'll get straight to the point.
このままでは部活に負ける。
At this rate, I'm gonna lose this contest.
君たちの班が剥いた野菜をくれ。
Give me the vegetables your group has peeled already.
前原さん、それほとんど恐喝です。
Mabara-san, that's pretty much theft.
でも、まあ話によっては。
But depending on what's in it for us...
交渉次第なら OK ってことですよ。
In other words, it depends on the terms of negotiation.
たくましい奴らだな。まあ当然だ。
Quite bold of you guys. Well, that's to be expected.
ではこうしよう。
Then let's do this.
俺が勝てたら、サトコ&リカちゃんグループのカレーを食わせてやる。これならどうだ？
If I win, I'll let you eat the curry that Satsuko and Rika-chan's group makes. How about that?
どうしようかな。
I don't know about that. Both of them were hesitant after such a weighty proposal. Just one more little push seems in order. Very well then, let's make them an offer they can't refuse. I pulled both of them close by the shoulders and made my offer in a hushed tone.
もちろん、サトコとリカちゃんの食べかけをだ。
Of course, that includes the part that Satsuko and Rika-chan have already eaten some of.
スプーンもつける。
I'll even throw in the spoons. That's weird, bro. A red mist spouted vigorously from the noses of the 2 underclassmen. The nosebleed thing has always been an anime trope I never understood. Where does that come from?
ケイチさんも結構やりますのね。
Keiji-san is also pretty good at this.
綺麗なじゃがいもですこと。
There's some very nice potatoes. Having brilliantly cleared the vegetable peeling challenge, I returned to my comrades in triumph.
へえ、すごいねすごいね。
Whoa, amazing,
ケ
amazing.
イチくんの皮むき上手だよ。
Kichi-kun's peeling is really good.
違うね。
That's not quite right.
ケイちゃんが剥いたのはじゃがいもじゃなく牙でしょ。
What Kei-chan has bared isn't a potato, but his fangs.
あ
Yeah,
あ、俺はとっくに本気だぞ。
I'm super serious about this.
てめえらまとめてぶっ潰してやるぜ。
I'll crush you all. Having finished with preparing the vegetables, next is to boil a pot of water, then add the vegetables in order of which takes longest to cook. I learned this part from my mother when we went camping. But just cooking in order, it probably won't garner a lot of points. Look over at Rena. She had a variety of vegetables cooking together in a delicate balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating a way to win the game. She's making delicious food with a mother's touch. I have a feeling that I could somehow compete with Mion in terms of technique, but I'd be no match for Rena. She was way out of my league.
うちのお母さんのカレーはね、いっつも具だくさんだったんだよ。
When my mother makes curry, you see, she always uses lots of ingredients.
だからレナのカレーも具だくさんなの。
That's why Rena's curry uses lots of ingredients too.
本当は一晩
I read
か
that
けて
completely
じ
wrong,
っくり
but
煮たいんだけどね。
I really want to take all night and stew it nice and slow.
頼む。
I beg of
俺
you.
のカレーにも少しお力を貸してくれないか。
Will you please help just a little with my curry?
ダメだよ。
No.
これ部活だもの。
This is one of our club activities.
レナは負けないよ。
Rena won't lose. When she enters club mode, even the normally kind Rena becomes an enemy. Looks like Rika-chan is cooking apples as well. She's like a pro at this. How about Mion?
あ、ミヨンてめえ。
What? Mion, you!
そりゃなんだよ。
What the heck is that?
ハンバーグなんてどこから。
Where did you get meat from?
行事予定表で今日のことをあらかじめ知ってたからね。
I predicted what we'd be doing today by looking at the schedule,
下ごしらえはバッチリってわけよ。
so I prepared accordingly.
私のカレーは ゴージャスに行くよ。
My curry's gonna be marvelous. Upon closer inspection, it looks like Mion brought her own vegetables and spices and other ingredients. They're spread all over the place. Mion, just for today, you brought all this stuff from your house.
異議あり。
Objection.
先生、こんなのありですか？
Gee, Sensei, there's no way this is allowed, is it?
異議を却下します。
Objection overruled.
美味しいカレーができれば先生は何でも OK です。
As long as it makes for delicious curry, anything goes. Ugh. For that normally serious teacher to go as far as to append a star to the end of her sentence. Just as the rumor said, she's the through and through curry freak.
レナとリカちゃんは天性の料理上手。
Ren and Rika-chan are naturally gifted chefs.
私は入念な事前準備。
I've come with thorough preparations. And,
ケイちゃんは
Kei-chan, what about you? It's hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling the vegetables is only a small part of it. The hurdles I must overcome are just too numerous and too high.
前原さん、こっち、こっち。
Abara-san, over here. Turning around, I saw the voices calling me belonged to the two underclassmen from earlier, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun.
なんだよ、お前
What's up, boys? What's up, you guys?
ん
Hmm?
その鍋はなんだよ。お前らの班のか？
What's up with that pot? Is that from your group?
これ気づかれないうちに前原さんの鍋とすり替えてください。
Switch this with your pot before someone notices.
うちの女子のカレーなら前原さんが作るよりは出来はいいと思います。
I think that the curry the girls from our group made, at the very least, is better than what you could make. You guys, for me?
勘違いしないでくださいよ。
Don't get the wrong idea.
僕たち前原さんに勝ってもらわないと。その
If you don't win, then we... That is... Oh, that's right. If I don't win, then the talk of eating Satoko and Rika-chan's curry goes right out the window. It seems like you guys are getting riled up about this too.
すまん。
Sorry.
世話になる。
I mean, you're dead.
だが、お前らのグループの女子がよく許したな。
I'm surprised the girls in your group agreed to this.
前原さん、
Maibara-san.
俺たちも本気ってことです。
We're also serious about this. Filling in on day duty 3 times. These guys, to assure me victory, have paid the price. That gaze filled with burning conviction from my underclassmen. Yeah, I'm not fighting this alone. I'm fighting this with everyone.
任せておけ。
Leave it to me.
腹は空かせておけよ。
Save some room, boys.
絶対に食わせてやるからな。
I'll definitely let you eat your fill.
お待ち申し上げております。
We shall be eagerly awaiting your victory. It's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. All that's left is to let it stew a bit. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. The pot gifted me by my 2 underclassmen certainly drew some double takes. Rena even looked surprised when she came to take a look, so it must be pretty good.
ケイちゃんやるじゃない。
Kei-chan, you're pretty good.
これは最後までわからない勝負になったね。
It looks like this will be a good match right to the bitter end.
ケイチ君のカレー、レナも食べてみたくなっちゃうな。なっちゃうな。
Rena wants to eat Keiichi-kun's curry. Curry!
レナのカレーもミオンのカレーもみんな強敵だよ。
Rena's curry and Mion's curry too. Everybody's a worthy opponent.
俺の最善は尽くしたが、結果はどうか。
I've done my very best, but I'm not sure of the outcome.
ケイチさん、リカが呼んでますわよ。
I'm just gonna slick my hair all the way back, because who cares anymore? Got the Johnny Bravo note. I'm not gonna do that. I should just tie my hair up, honestly. Keiichi-san, Rika's calling you.
言ってあげてでございますわ。
Go see what she wants. As she knows I'm cheating. What? Rika-chan's calling me? What could it be? Well, whatever. While I'm at it, I can gather some intelligence on the enemy. Rika-chan was doodling on the ground in front of the pot. Because all that's left is to let it stew. Even then, it's good to know that she doesn't leave the stove unattended.
よ、リカちゃんの方はどんな具合だい？
Hey, Rika-chan, how's yours doing?
カレーさんなのです。
It's Mr. Curry. Huh? Rika-chan was doodling something strange and introduced it as Mr. Curry.
カレーさんはすごいのです。
Mr. Curry is amazing.
目からビームも出ます。
He shoots beams from his eyes.
ピー
Pew pew. Apparently Mr. Curry shoots beams from his eyes. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Does this mean I've been shot with a laser?
バリア
Barrier!
ービーム反射
Beam reflect! I took another stick in my hand and reflected the beam, striking Mr.
カ
Curry.
レーさんのお腹からはミサイルも撃てるのです。
Mr. Curry can shoot missiles from his stomach.
ビシュー。
おりゃー前原超電磁バリアー
My bar, super electromagnetic barrier.
そして反撃のビーム
And retaliatory beam.
カレーさんはビームエネルギーを吸収して波動砲を撃てるのです。
Mr. Curry absorbs the beam energy and fires his impulse wave cannon. Rika-chan and I scratched at the ground, thoroughly engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment.
なあリカちゃん
Hey,
俺に
Rika-chan.
何か用があって呼んだんじゃないのか
You called me here for a reason, right?
はい、呼びましたですよ。
Yes, I called
で
you.
ももうご用は終わっているのです。
But I've already fulfilled my purpose. At that moment, a chill ran up my spine. Already fulfilled her purpose?
やられた
They got me. Headed back to my pot. Standing there just as I feared was Satoko. With no questions asked, I drop-kicked the back of her head.
何をしますの？
What do you think you're doing?
レディの頭を何だとお思いですの？
You know better than to do that to a lady's head.
なことはどうでもいい
Who cares about
ま
that?
さか佐藤俺のカレーに何か混ぜたんじゃ
Satoko, did you mix something in with my cur-
失礼な。
How impertinent.
そこまで落ちぶれてはおりませんわ。
I haven't fallen that
こう
far.
見えても私フェアですのよ。
Despite what you may think, I'm a fair person, you know.
じゃあこのよくわからない並べ方をしてあるしゃもじとかお皿とかはなんだ
And what's this incomprehensible line of ladles and
そん
plates?
な不安定な置き方をして倒れたらどうすんだよ
Leaving them all in these unstable positions. If they fall over, what will you do? At that moment, a general breeze blew by. I can't talk. Knocking over a ladle that was stood up on its end. The ladle, like a domino, fell over and knocked over the next cooking utensil in a row.
これは芸術だな
This is art.
そういえば昔テレビでドミノ倒し世界記録に挑戦なんてのが流行ったよな
Come to think of it, Domino World Record challenges were quite the rage on television a while back. Hey-chan! The frying pan! I didn't even have time to react. Chain reaction knocked over a cutting board, then a frying pan. The next after that was my pot. The fry pan struck my pot full force, tipping it over. The contents cruelly spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. I stared dumbfounded. It was such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap that for a moment I lost touch with reality.
あらあら、大惨事ですわね。
Oh my, this is a catastrophe.
私は何もしてませんのよ。
I didn't do anything, you hear me? I'm gonna strangle this kid, like Homer does to Bart. The very last moment I had let my guard down. I ignored the culinary incompetent Satoko for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, Satoko still had this method of fighting back. Just then, Rena, who had been sampling her own pot, let out a scream.
あれ？
What?
レナのカレー、しょっぱいよ。しょっぱいよ。
Rena's curry is salty? Salty? Was Rena also sabotaged? And what about Mion?
私のはご飯がしょっぱい
Her rice is salty.
やられた。
Been had. This fucking kid. I'm gonna kill her.
これで邪魔者は戦う前に全て一掃でございますのよ。
With this, all the obstacles in my way have been taken care of before the fight even begins.
せっかくの力作が台無しなのです。
All that effort was wasted.
かわいそうかわいそうなのです。
So sad, so sad.
かわいそうかわいそう。
You kids are going to hell. You're going to hell. So very, very sad. Rika-chan and Sadako rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content. Pushing the desks together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service, to whom we owed gratitude for their daily work, were guided to their seats. The principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the forestry service seemed to like that kind of thing and gave their enthusiastic approval.
さて、皆さんできましたね。
Oh, then is everybody finished?
ではこれから審査員の皆さんと校長先生と私で試食をしますからね。
We'll now have all the judges sample your cooking. Everybody in the class brought up their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. The only club members who managed a decent result were Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Rena plated her curry for the judges. She already knew she was going to get a low score. What if they fuck with salty curry? But at least she was still able to serve hers. Both Mion's and my curry were completely obliterated, so we couldn't even line them up on the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. They had a lively discussion praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn.
次は竜宮君のカレーであるな。
Next up is Ryugu-kun's curry.
うん。
Yes.
実にうまそうである。
This looks quite appetizing. The principal cheerfully shoveled a spoonful of Rena's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed.
あらあらあら、竜宮さんどうしちゃったんですか？
Oh my, what happened, Ryugu-san?
途中まではあんなに美味しそうだったのに。
It seemed so delicious when you were cooking it. Chi-sensei must have had some expectations, judging from her disappointment.
すみません。
I'm sorry.
間違えてお塩を一袋入れちゃって。
Might have added a bag of salt by accident. The rest of the judges grimaced after they each had a bite. I feel sorry for them.
失敗こそ成功の調味料である。
Failure is but the seasoning for success.
次回に期待するぞ。
I'm looking forward to next time.
頑張りたまえ。
Do your best. Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the oversalted curry in one go. Truly a man amongst men. This principal rules. Rena was down and out. Her offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense.
では、
Well then,
次は僕たちのご賞味いただくのですよ。
please savor our curry next.
フルデさんの班のカレーもとっても頑張っていますね。
I see the Furude-san's group put a lot of effort into their curry.
どれどれ？
Let's see here.
うん、
Hmm.
素朴だけど、これはとても美味しくできてます。
It's simple, but very nicely done. There was also the incident with Rena's salted curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinary, but perhaps today's forerunner? The judges began a heated debate. One of those judges let out a sigh as he removed a chunk of carrot with a spoon.
この子のカレーも結構悪くないけどな。
Yeah, this kid's curry really isn't half bad.
俺、人参嫌いなんだよね。
But I don't like carrots, you see. Personally, I think the carrots are a staple of curry. But I guess to each their own. However, seeing that, Rika-chan read the nameplate on the chest of his coveralls and began to speak.
ダメですよ、教授。
That's no good, Kyoji.
人参を残してはいけません。
You have to eat your carrots. She's serious. What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to Rika-chan with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. The carrot-hitting judge began stuffing his face with curry while tears streamed down his face.
教授、
Kyoji,
おかわりありますですよ。
there's seconds if you want them. Mommy. What the hell is he talking about? While crying like that, he continued to shove curry into his mouth. That's right. Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With the carrot-hitting judge at the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous.
リカのカレーには誰もかないませんのよ。
Nobody can stand up to Rika's curry. Satoko let out a shrill laugh as she declared victory, but at that moment, Don't be fooled, my esteemed judges.
貧乏臭さをお袋の味と錯覚させるなどまやかしもいいとこ。
Don't be deceived into thinking that this meager slop is the taste only a mother can provide.
皆様方が本当に食べたかったのはこういうカレーじゃない？
What you people actually wanted to eat was this kind of curry, wasn't it? Oh. All of a sudden, in all its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teacher, the underclassmen, and of course myself could only gasp in admiration. Hamburg steak with a demi-glaze sauce. Fresh salad. It's a set. You wouldn't be stretching it to say this was a full-course meal. It's perfect. Perfectly made. Amazing, amazing. Mii-chan, you're amazing. Mii-chan, you're amazing. Satoko was also shocked. Even Rika-chan couldn't hide her surprise. It seems the victor was decided without even needing a taste. Of course, the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad also had a home-style dressing, but of professional quality. And the curry, not even a micron of grit. This is sublime. Truly a taste to savor, Sonozaki-san.
インド6000年の英知と日本人の食文化の美しい融和の生きた証。
This curry is no doubt a living testimony to 6,000 years of Indian knowledge and beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine.
先生、感激です。
I'm elated.
これは満点の仕上がりですね。
This deserves full marks.
100点をあげちゃいます。
I'm giving it 100 points.
いえいえ、どういたしまして。
Ah, you're welcome.
クラス委員長として模範を示したまでです。
I'm just trying to set an example as class representative. Mion bowed politely, and then winked at us with a smirk on her face.
僕の負けなのです。
I admit defeat.
そんなはずありませんわ。
There's no way this is happening.
確かに飯盒に細工をしましたのに。
I'm certain I sabotaged that pot of rice. That's right. Satoko had dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker. It should have ruined it. At that moment, it hit me. I spun backwards towards my own canister. That's why. At some point, my cooking canister had been opened, its contents completely emptied. Damn you, Mion! You used my rice! That's no fair! Hand over half your curry! Mion clucked her tongue and waved her finger at me as a smirk washed over her face.
おっと、ケイちゃん。それは甘えてるよ。
Whoa there, Kei-chan. You're not taking this seriously enough.
この最後の土壇場を。
You gave up at the last moment.
私は諦めなかった。
I didn't.
そういう差でしょ。
That's the difference between us.
勝負は捨てたらおしまいってこと。
As soon as you give up, it's all over. I couldn't even properly voice my shame.
みーちゃん、ケイチくんかわいそうだよ。
Mii-chan, I feel sorry for Keiichi-kun.
ちょっとくらいなら分けてあげても。
Just give him at least a little.
いいのいいの。
It's fine, it's fine.
これは授業料だよ。
This is a lesson.
ケイちゃんは今、勝負を最後まで捨ててはいけないことを学んだの。ね。
Kei-chan just learned that you shouldn't give up on the contest until it's all over, right? It loathes me to say it, but Mion is right. To give up so quickly on the match was my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should actually be thankful to her. Well then, does that mean that even in this situation I shouldn't give up?
カレーは鍋ごとひっくり返し、ご飯すらも残ってない。
My curry was overturned while it was still in the pot, and I don't even have any rice left.
この状況でどう勝負を諦めるなんて言うんだよ。
How in the blaze am I not supposed to lose hope in this situation?
バラさん。
My Bara-san. Tomotar-kun no Komuro-kun suddenly appeared. Damn it. Even though my proteges had tried so hard, I wasn't able to meet their expectations.
事故ですよ。
It was an accident.
仕方ないです。
There was nothing you could do. Both of them were dejected. I couldn't accept defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up the broken pieces of the dream I had shown them? I just learned it from Mion now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment.
考えろ前原圭一。
And Keiichi Maibara.
考えるんだ前原
Think.
圭一。カレーを作る方法じゃない。勝負に勝つ方法だ。
You think if you killed those two kids, Keiichi could absorb them and power up? Probably. I think so. I think that's how it works. I gotta kill Satoko and Rika, though. Because they're little devils. Not about how to make more curry, but how to win the match. I had an idea. I didn't think it could turn the tables, but it was better than nothing.
富田君、手を洗ってこい。手伝ってくれ。
Tomita-kun, come and wash your hands. Help me out.
岡村君には探してきてほしいものがあるんだ。
Okamura-kun, there's something I want you to find.
了解です。
Okay, gotcha. Both of them dispersed after receiving these instructions.
ほう。
Oh?
最後にケイちゃんがどうあがくか
How is Kichi-chan going to flounder about at the end?
見せてもらおうじゃない。
Why don't you show me?
往生際の悪い男は嫌われますのよ。
We already got Ren and Mion such easy pickings. Okay. Nobody likes a stubborn fool, you know.
うるせえ。
Shut up!
俺の最後の勝負を黙って見てろ。
Just sit there and watch the last card I have to play.
まずミオン、お前の番号をもらうぞ。
First off, Mion, I'll be taking some of your rice.
嫌とは言わせん。
I won't let you say no.
別にいいけどしょっぱいよ。
I don't really care. It's salty after all.
レナも手伝っていいよね。
It's okay if Rena helps too, right?
ケイチ君、非常事態だし。
Kichi-kun's in trouble right now.
そう言ってもらえるなら心強い。
Hearing you say that is very reassuring.
じゃあレナ、お茶を入れてくれ。
Well then, Rena, go make some tea.
はあ、信頼されてない。
He doesn't trust me.
それからサトコ、
Next, Satoko.
そしてリカちゃん。
Also, Rika-chan.
一騎打ちを申し入れる。
I challenge you to a side bet.
なんですって。
What did you say?
お話を伺いますですよ。
We'll listen to your request. This was my duty to my two proteges who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake.
俺が100点をもらえたら、サトコ、リカちゃん、
Satoko, Rika-chan. If I receive a perfect score,
お前らのカレーをいただく。
I'll be taking your curry.
飯抜きだ。
Nothing for you to eat.
冗談もほどほどでございますのよ。
You need to know when to stop joking around.
そんなのあかんべーでございますわよ。
I'll be giving a big no to that.
いやいいでしょサトコ。
No, it's alright, Satoko.
受けなよ。
Take him up on it. Firmly patting the top of Satoko's head, Mion said those words with all the gravitas of a club president. I can't talk anymore. I'm out of
これだけの
water.
致命傷を与えたんでしょ。
You handicapped him this much, didn't you?
再起なんかあるわけがない。
There's no way he can make up for that.
だからサトコも堂々としてなよ。
So meet him head on.
どうあがこうと逆転などあるわけがない。
No matter how hard he struggles, he's not gonna make a comeback.
そうでしょ。
Right?
そうでございますけど。
That may be true, but
僕はいいですよ。
I don't mind.
ケイチ、ファイト、おーです。
Keiichi, go for it. Yay! Okay. I'm gonna kill these kids. The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling the various curries, were debating each entry. From what little I overheard, it seemed that Mion's impending victory was not in question.
そういえば前原くんのカレーはどうなりましたか？
By the way, what happened to my Barakun's curry?
先生まだ食べてませんよ。
I still haven't tried it yet.
はい。
Yeah.
俺のカレーは鍋がひっくり返ってしまい。
The pot with my curry in it fell over.
ん
Hmm.
そうであるか。
Is that so?
それは実に残念である。
That's a real shame.
カレーは失いましたが、勝負を失ったわけじゃありません。
I may have lost my curry, but that doesn't mean I've lost this contest.
皆さんをうまいと言わせてみせます。
I'll have everybody sing you my praises. My combative posturing had drawn the attention of all the judges.
まずは黙って食ってください。
First of all, just be quiet and eat these, please.
文句はそれから伺います。
I'll listen to your complaints after that.
これが俺の料理だ。
This is my cooking!
前原くん、それは。
My Barakun, that's...
おにぎりであるか。
Onigiri, huh? The judge smiled wryly at the simple fare that was quite in contrast to the preceding bravado. Rena poured tea into the cup she had brought over from the break room.
バカにしてますわ。
It's making a mockery of this.
それに、ほら、
There, look!
中身も何にもない。ただの塩握りではありませんの。
There's not even any filling. It's nothing more than salted onigiri.
こんなの勝負にもなりませんわ。
This isn't even worthy being called a contest anymore.
確かに、塩加減は悪くないかもしれないけど。
It's true, the amount of salt might be a little much, but... Miranda's expression told me that she thought this was a great idea, but it might still not be enough to win the match.
前原さん、本当にこんなので逆転できるんですか？
Ibara-san, is this really enough to make a comeback?
後輩諸君、
Gentlemen,
よく尽くしてくれた。
you did well.
大丈夫。
It's alright.
黙って見てるんだ。
Just watch. The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping at the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They're just quietly chowing down.
ケイちゃんも卑怯な手を使うようになったね。
It seems that Kei-chan has learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks.
こりゃ辛いな。
This might be difficult.
そうか。
Yeah, that's right.
レナにも分かったよ。
Rena understands that now too.
どういうことですの？
Well, what do you mean?
なんでみんな黙ってあんなにも食べてますの？
Why is everybody just quietly eating that much?
それはね、さとこちゃん。
You see, Satoko-chan,
審査員さんたちね。
that's because the judges are actually tired of eating curry. Because they were judges, they had to sample each and every offering. And because they were from small children, because they were made to show their appreciation, they couldn't eat just a little bit of each.
男はな、時には味よりも量を尊ぶこともあるんだよ。
Sometimes a man values the amount more than the taste.
その時味は心震わせるものよりも素朴であることが望ましい。
At those times, rather than rich, mind-blowing flavor, they crave simplicity. They couldn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they'd had today. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly.
健闘は称えるが、今日はカレー勝負。
I'll praise your efforts, but today's contest was about curry.
これに点数を与えて良いものなのか。
I'm not sure we can give a score to this. The teacher and the principal had folded their arms while they pondered the situation. My underling, seeing that, saw the small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Was this little surprise just not enough?
諦めるな、ケイちゃん。
Don't give up, Kei-chan. Mion whispered quietly. That's right. If I didn't push here...
いえ、先生。
No.
採点はしていただきます。
I'll have you give it a score.
カレーとおにぎりを異なって評価することに、そもそも致命的な間違いがあります。
If you think that curry and onigiri are really that different, you're sorely mistaken. Huh?
前原くん、何を言ってるんですか？
Ibara-kun, what are you saying?
カレーとおにぎりが。
How are they the same? The principal stopped the teacher. It looked like he was giving me one final chance. The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my statement.
本場インドのカレーは何というパンで食べるそうですね。
In its homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a type of bread called naan, isn't it?
ですから、このカレーライスという料理はそれを取り入れ、アレンジした日本の食文化の一つと言えるでしょう。
Therefore, you could say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something that we have adopted and modified.
冒頭に先生がおっしゃられた通り、インドと日本の文化の融合の結晶なのです。
Just as the teacher said at the beginning, it's a fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine.
前原くんの言うことはわかります。
I know what you're trying to say, my Barakun.
でも、それとおにぎりにどんな関係が？
But what does that have to do with onigiri?
とても簡単なことなんですよ。
It's actually very simple.
カレーもおにぎりもお米を美味しく食べるための知恵なんです。
Both curry and onigiri are things made to let you enjoy eating rice. Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements, disease, and pest to grow and raise our rice-centric culture. Yes, the Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those were nothing more than attempts to find ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words,
カレーもおにぎりも同じ米食文化の
curry and onigiri are both the result of
結晶なのです。
rice culture. It was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady roar. Here's a thunderous applause that praised me.
よまいごともほどほどになさいませ。
Where did he learn this? Probably some book that he read when he was bored. Enough with the nonsense already.
認めませんわよ。
I won't accept this.
先生はカレーの出来を採点してますのよ。
The teachers are only judging curry, you know.
こんなのは採点外。
This is out of the question.
0点がふさわしいに決まってるでございますわ。
It obviously deserves 0 points.
先生、ケイチ君は頑張ったんです。
Miss, Keiichi-kun did his best.
認めてあげてください。
Could you please acknowledge that?
カレーの授業のはずだったのに。
Today's class was supposed to be about curry.
どうしましょう。
What should we do? Mion, stifling her laughter, stepped forward.
かつてフランスからある高名なシェフが来日した時、ホテルの人たちがさまざまな材料をフランスから空輸したんだそうです。
There's a story about how when a Michelin 3-star chef from France came to Japan, the people from the hotel he was staying at had a whole bunch of ingredients imported from France.
でもそのシェフはそれらに見向きもしませんでした。
But the chef didn't even give them a second glance.
どうしてなのですか？
I wonder why that was.
本場の材料さんなのですよ。
They were ingredients from his homeland.
シェフは地元の漁港へ行き、日本で採れた新鮮な幸を使って料理を作ったそうです。
The chef went to the local fish market and made a dish from fresh fish caught in Japan.
食文化は決められたルールに縛られるものじゃない。
The culture of food isn't bound by predetermined rules.
文化なんです。日本に来れば日本の文化と溶け合って、また新しいものを形作る。
It's culture. If you come to Japan, you meld with Japanese culture and make something new.
だから、カレーもおにぎりも同じ日本の文化なんです。
That's how curry and onigiri are the same. Mion. She was providing fire support. They had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated yet baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she refolded her arms.
前原くんはカレーのお鍋をひっくり返してしまったそうですね。
Mabara-kun, your pot of curry was flipped over, wasn't it?
危ないから気をつけなさいと初めにあれだけ言ったのに。
Even though I said at the beginning to be careful.
すみません。
I'm sorry.
ですが、前原くんや園崎さんが言うように、食文化には垣根はありません。
But, as Mabara-kun and Sonozaki-san said, there are no boundaries in cuisine.
人を心底簡単させるものなら、その形式は何ら差別されるものではない。
If it's something that can amaze people, then it's not something that should be discriminated against just because of the form.
じゃあ。
Then,
お鍋をひっくり返したので、
for spilling your pot, minus 20 points.
でも、今日だけですよ。
But just for today,
くじけないで頑張ったので、特別に20点プラス。
for not giving up and doing your best, plus 20
100
points.
点をあげておきましょう。
I'll give you 100 points. These boys are so excited. Mabara-san, we did it! My underclassmen leapt at me. Perfect score. We did it, we did it! The curry was spilt and our rice was taken. But we made a comeback. In the end, Rika-chan's curry also received full marks, so everybody at Rena had a perfect score. Since this contest was outside the scope of regular club activities, there wasn't any particular penalty game. Rena breathed a sigh of relief.
さて、約束だぞ。さとこにリカちゃん。
Now then, as promised, Satsuko, Rika-chan,
君たちのカレーは没収する。
I'll be taking your curry.
それじゃ私たちのお昼がなくなっちゃいますわ。
Lol. That means we won't have any lunch. Satsuko stomped angrily at the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was absolute.
と言いたいところだが、情けだ。
is what I wanted to say, but I'll show you some mercy.
半分は食ってよし。
You can eat half.
ケイチ、ありがとうなのです。
Thank you, Keiichi. My two proteges peered over from the sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. We did it, my Bara-san. Ah, this is all thanks to you. We flashed each other a thumbs up.
さて、このカレーは後輩たちに渡してった。
Now, I just have to give these to my pupils.
俺も腹が減ったよな。
I've gotten pretty hungry myself.
自分のおにぎりでも食うか。
I guess I'll have one of my onigiri.
あれ
Wait, huh? There was no trace of my onigiri. The one I had set aside for myself included. As I peered around searching for them, the principal clapped a hand on my shoulder.
さっきの前原君の話を聞いていたら、噛み締める米の味がひときわ美味での。
When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice I was chewing grew even more delicious.
ひょっとして俺の分も食べちゃいました？
Could it be that you also ate my share? The principal simply laughed without answering. Seriously? My eyes half brimming with tears and my stomach rumbling, I was called over by the teacher.
前原くん、さっきはああいう場だったので満点ということにしましたが、分かっていますね。
Mabara-kun, because of the circumstances, I had to give you a perfect score, but you understand, right?
え？分かってって何がっすか？
Huh? Understand what? There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. If I had to describe it, it was curry-colored. Like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes whirled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me. The teacher clutched me by the shoulders and drew me in closer until our noses were almost touching.
カレーはこの世で一番尊くて神聖な素晴らしい料理です。
Curry is this world's most respected and sacred of dishes.
それとおにぎりを同一扱いするなんて断固許せません。
I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri.
いいですか？
You hear me?
カレーは四大河川文明に匹敵する第五の文明として。
Oh, the text got small. She's gonna say a lot.
社会の生誕にバンコク食文化博覧会が絶賛して、ミシュランぐるぐるエッフェル塔すらもカレー漬けをぐつぐつ煮込んでターメリックを寝ても覚めてもカレーカレーカレーカレー。
Uh-huh.
ちょっとケイチさん、
Hey, Keiichi-san.
何をフラフラしてますの？
What are you stumbling around for?
後片付けもお料理の一部ですのよ。
Cleaning up is a part of cooking, too.
ケイチくん、目がカレーだよ。
Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all curried.
どうしたのかな、この。
Why is that? Why? Curry, curry, curry.
あっちゃやられたか。
Yikes. She got him, huh?
大丈夫。一昼夜で元に戻るよ。
It's okay. He'll be back to normal by tomorrow.
多分。
Probably. It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses. What a fun time. What a good time, y'all. I'm actually gonna save there and we're gonna end the stream early because I'm tired. So we'll continue next time. I thought that the curry war would be a good time to end it off. Put us on our ending screen. I don't know what music to play. I guess I won't play any. I'm gonna need some sprites for the thumbnail. We didn't get any CGs this time, so I guess I'll just have to make do with sprites. I'll definitely need a sprite of the teacher. And give me sprites of my boys. The two boys that helped me out, Tomita and Okamura. Give me them. I want them. And Satoko and Rika as well. We lolled. We did. Anyway, y'all. I'll catch you all next stream. What, Thursday? More Higurashi? We'll see. I'm tired. I'm gonna refill my water because my throat hurts like hell. Catch you all on Thursday for more Higurashi. Bitches.